Good afternoon, everyone. Again, I'd like to thank our Mayor, London Bree, for her outstanding leadership during this challenging time, and also our Director of Health, Dr. Grant Colfax, and his leadership team, including Dr. Phillip, for their leadership. We continue to staff to help prevent the spread of COVID around the city. Our officers are out in parks and some of our more popular spots, and they will continue to remind people about social distancing. In some cases, we provided face coverings to help people comply with the public health orders. We have received complaints regarding alleged violations of the public health orders, and those complaints are taken seriously and investigated. We're finding, as I've said in previous press conferences, that the vast majority of San Franciscans are cooperating and complying with the health orders. But we have continued to cite individuals who have flouted the order and who, after being warned, continue to violate the order. To date, we have 19 citations that we've issued. That's up several citations from the last time I spoke. The breakdown of that is 10 businesses and 9 individuals. We've admonished or warned a total of 86, or we've issued 86 warnings and admonishments. And as I've stated before, those incidents are incidents in which we have taken reports. That breakdown is 52 businesses and 34 individuals. You can visit our COVID-19 website on the SFPD's webpage to learn more details about our enforcement protocols. We continue to use a path of progressive compliance, and what that means is education, asking for voluntary compliance, warnings, and citations when necessary. And we're committed to community policing and have worked with Director Cheryl Davis with our HRC and other community advocates in trying to get the community with us to help spread the COVID-19 virus, or help prevent the spread of COVID-19 virus, And that has been largely effective. We want to continue that path, and again, when you see our officers out there, we will be engaging with the public, and we're going to do everything we can on this weekend and moving forward to help prevent the spread with this latest renewal of our public health order. We're glad to work with the community, and I'd like to specifically thank again Director Cheryl Davis and many of the other community stakeholders who have been working with us and other city entities to help prevent the spread of this virus. Now I'm going to turn to crime, and I'll give a brief overview of crime. We're still seeing decreases in crime overall, 19% decrease in violent crime, 24% decrease in property crime this week, and a 23% decrease in overall crimes, which equates to 142 fewer crimes. But we have had some issues that I want to point out to the public, because we're going to need the public's help to make sure that, number one, we look out for each other, and secondly, when you see crimes, we still need you all to report crimes. A couple of things I want to make note of. Year to date, we actually have a two homicides above where we were this time last year. We've had 14 homicides year to date. We were at 12 this time last year. Also, a disturbing trend that we're seeing is we've had 4 elderly victims robbed, some at gunpoint, over the past 11 days. These were all women. They were all robbed of their purses, and this is just simply unacceptable. So I ask all of you to please, let's look out for our most vulnerable population, our elderly in our city, and let's not have this happen to our most vulnerable population. These folks were, in some cases, violence was used. They were thrown to the ground. Like I said, a couple of them were at gunpoint. Our victims were ages 85, 69, 70, and 84, and that's simply unacceptable. We have enough challenges in our city with the COVID-19 pandemic, and this is just something that we cannot tolerate. So look out for your neighbors. Report crime when you see it. Call 911 if you see things that look suspicious. Text 911 if you can't make the call. But we need these crimes reported, because we have to get on top of this and make sure that we don't have people in our city victimized. We've also seen a couple of shootings that are very concerning, including one overnight in the Bayview, Hunters Point area, where over 100 rounds were fired. Now, nobody was hit, thankfully. but this is, again, unacceptable. Our investigators are working hard to make sure that we try to solve this crime and put these folks where they belong, and that is in jail. But we cannot allow this type of violence in our city. So although crime is down, we do still have challenges that we need to tackle, and we're going to need the public's help in working with us to make sure we keep our communities safe. We've continued to investigate reports of burglaries in our city, and as I've stated in previous conferences, crime overall is down, but we have seen an uptick in burglaries across the city, particularly commercial burglaries. So our officers will be on patrol, as we have been. We've made arrests on several of those burglaries, and to date, we've had 34 instances of bookings where additional charges of looting have been added because these burglaries occurred during a public health emergency. And I want to again thank the district attorney and his office for working with us on that. This weekend, moving forward, tomorrow, Thursday, and through the weekend, I want to remind everyone that if you have to travel, travel only when it's necessary and essential, act responsibly, and maintain a social distance of 6 feet. Please wear your face coverings. We will again be out in the hot spots this weekend, and we're going to enhance that deployment this weekend to make sure that we're both educating the public, but also for those people that aren't complying, we have to go to a more aggressive nature on making sure that we get compliance on social distancing and the wearing of face coverings. So we're going to be out and about moving forward as we have been, but we're going to step it up a notch. I want to thank all the San Franciscans and people who come to our city to work and visit for their compliance up to this point. And we want to continue to keep the momentum going and prevent the spread of this virus and flatten the curve. So again, I ask for voluntary compliance, but know that the San Francisco Police Department is out there. We're going to be engaging and continuing to engage, and we need your assistance to make sure that we stop the spread of this virus. Again, I want to repeat the crime reporting numbers as I close. For those individuals who have a non-violent or crime that has occurred where you don't need immediate police services, please call 415-553-0123, or you can also utilize our 911 or the San Francisco Police Department website to file a report or to request a report. Again, thank you all for your cooperation, and let's keep our momentum going so we can stop the spread of this virus.